I'm Alisha, the owner of Bella Ella Boutique, and we are having a Mother's Day campaign where we celebrate mothers and all the struggles that we've been through. We wanted to share stories of women going through hard things, and I was going to share my story as well. We have 3 beautiful children. We have Aspen, that's 11 years old. We have a baby that we had 6.5 years ago that passed away. Her name is Grace. And we have an 11-month-old baby boy named Jax. Right from the beginning of our relationship, Steve and I knew that we wanted a big family. And so we, right off the bat, decided to have a baby, and we got pregnant pretty easily with our daughter Aspen. Our pregnancy went pretty well from the beginning. I worked full-time and we were pretty active. Within about 4.5 months, I started having some health issues with being pregnant, and we ended up going into the hospital because I was really sick with a kidney infection. When we got to the hospital, they decided to keep us there for a couple weeks, and things got pretty bad where I was in a drug-induced coma for about 2 weeks with Aspen. About 2.5 weeks after we got out of the hospital, I was back to normal, and we had a good pregnancy for the rest of pregnancy. When we had her, it was a surprise actually in St. George on a trip that we had, and everything went really well. We were super excited to be parents, and everything ended up perfectly. After a couple years of having her, we decided that we wanted to have another baby and that we would like to get pregnant again. And we tried for a couple months and we were unsuccessful, and then finally we were able to get pregnant with another baby. Right from the beginning, we knew that this pregnancy was a little bit different. I was sick the whole entire pregnancy, which I wasn't with the past pregnancy the whole entire time. I would throw up about 15 to 18 times a day, and many times I wouldn't get out of the bed. We would go to doctor appointments and ask doctors what we could do to make me feel a little bit better and to obviously make sure that the baby was healthy. And the doctors would suggest not to take any medicine, and if I could, just keep on going along with the pregnancy. And eventually got so bad that we decided to go to the hospital one day. I was about 4.5, 5 months pregnant, and when we got to the hospital, they let me know that I was very, very sick and that I would probably not be leaving the hospital anytime soon. While we were in the hospital, we found out that I had preeclampsia and that my body did not like being pregnant once again, and that we would be having our daughter in the next couple of days. As you can imagine, that was a really scary thought because we knew that the odds were she was not going to make it alive. And from that point on, we, as a couple, Steve and I, just decided to figure out what we wanted out of this situation and really look at the big picture of what we were going through. So a few days later, our sweet baby Grace was born. When she was born, Steve and I were in the hospital, and we spent every single second we could with her and cuddled her and loved her and really just enjoyed the time with her while she was here on this earth. And she quickly passed away. Now 6.5 years later, it's a lot easier to see the bigger perspective and to see that we were gaining a beautiful angel baby that would be with us always. Instead of looking at it as we were losing something, I look back now and I'm so grateful that we went through that trial, even though it was the hardest thing that we've ever endured in this life. I really look back and I'm so grateful that we have her as part of our family, and anyone that is going through any hardships or situations, it will always be there for you guys. If I had any advice for women going through any big trials in their life, it would be to remember the bigger perspective and that things do get easier. To give yourself a little bit of grace and to let those in around you that care for you and that want to help you, and things will get easier. I promise they will.